Hello and welcome back to a channel update here in December 2025. We just finished our latest XCOM 2 Long War of the Chosen campaign with TechJam. I had a lot of fun with this campaign. So in this channel update video, we're going to briefly talk about the plans for the next campaign. We have to address some news regarding the latest Project Zomboid update, and I also want to start off by making everybody aware again of the livestream archives channel. So you might have heard me in various videos talk about what we've done on stream here and there. What you might not be aware of, that all the streams that I'm doing on Twitch will get sent over here to my second channel here on YouTube. Well, they're all going to be neatly organized in various playlists for you to watch. So if you don't like the Twitch player or the Twitch website and you'd rather watch it here on YouTube instead, head over there and you can find all the videos there without without having to be there for the live streams, and you can even speed up the video speed and watch it faster because I'm taking way too long to do my turns, etc, etc. Just as a quick reminder, I'd really like look, that livestream archives channel is sitting at 700 something subscribers, so like 10% of what the main channel is. And if I get 2,000 subscribers there, can enable monetization, so YouTube is doing ads on those videos anyway, and at least I can get my 5 pennies out of it if I can enable that on that second channel. That would be cool, you know, if you don't mind me spamming your feed with 3 extra videos each week from the live streams. Hey, why don't you hit subscribe over there? Alright, next up, we gotta talk about PZ briefly. Just a couple hours ago, the new patch for build 42 released. And with this patch, there's a big update, which is multiplayer is back. It's been over a year since, well, not actually almost exactly a year since the first build 42 patch dropped. It didn't have multiplayer, and a lot of waiting for multiplayer happened. Now it's finally here. That means, well, first of all, we might get some multiplayer streams. I'm not sure if I do anything multiplayer related for YouTube, because I don't think it translates all the well to YouTube, since you can't obviously speed up time in multiplayer, so it's all gonna be very slow. Maybe if I have to edit some stuff together, that works. What is important for the YouTube run, though, is if we're looking into these patch notes and into the important notes section, this year, saves created before the latest patch, Unstable 42.13, are no longer compatible. For the current YouTube run, that means so it basically isn't blank incompatible. It still tries to convert the save game to the new patch, but they no longer guarantee that it's working. And for me, currently, it's just flat out crashing to desktop when I'm trying to load the old save from the current run. I have, I think, 4 more episodes recorded before the patch, but it is very likely that this run is just gonna find the untimely end of no longer compatible with the new patch. Which is sad. I was really enjoying it. We were just getting into the hot stages, trying to figure out where we want to loot everything. I will try around, see if I can do something in the debug mode, or disabling some mods, or whatever might be the issue there that's causing the crashes. Maybe I'll just try it again once some of the mods have updated, because we were running like 200 mods or so on that save. And if they're causing issues with the new patch, that will cause the whole thing to crash. So there's definitely going to be a little bit of a pause, probably, in the PZ videos. Maybe I'll start a new run with a new patch. It's a little bit uncertain. Again, this patch dropped like 2 hours ago as of the recording of this, so too early to tell what exactly the impact's going to be. I just thought I'd give you a heads up, but there's still, you know, about a week of content pre-recorded that is going to come out over the next couple days. Right, let's go to XCOM. The plan for the next campaign... hang on, that's the wrong gesture. This is the right gesture. Is going into something that is called Beyond Legendary. If you are following along on Twitch, then you might have already seen me over the last couple weeks play the Beyond Legendary campaign. But over here, I want to give a bit of a history, a bit of a explanation. What's the deal with this? So a while ago, I want to say like half a year ago, fellow streamer and content creator Rona said, you know what, I want to suffer, and asked, hey, can somebody make a super hard mode mod similar to the Beyond Impossible modifications for Long War 1 that I think Avius created, and Rona is one of the few people that actually managed to win a campaign with that. So Tedster, the lead creator of Long War for Chosen, said, sure, I'll whip something up, and created this Beyond Legendary Tweaks mod, which is mostly just modifications to all the enemies, or most of the enemies in the game, giving them additional abilities, additional strengths and perks and defensive capabilities, and tweaking the numbers a little bit. And you will see those tweaked numbers from the very first mission of the game. Well, you know, if somebody wants to suffer, then Reshi, who is the main creator behind the Requiem mods, also said, hey, I've got something here. So Reshi set up a whole Beyond Legendary mod collection. This year, the Beyond Legendary defaults is just as the main mod, holding everything together with various settings and tweaks. But what you're really looking into is the whole official Beyond Legendary collection. So this is a whole collection of mods that dials that whole thing up to 11. It dials it up to 13. Again, there's like, this is an absolute deranged game mode. You probably shouldn't play this if you want to enjoy any kind of semblance of say an XCOM gameplay. Like, this is not, you know, it's very honest about, hey, this is bullshit. If you are playing this, that's on you. It's also not finished. Like, there's very little, I want to say, especially late game testing, because not many people actually get to the late game that are playing it, and there might be changes to it as you play. So even during a campaign, you know, something might drastically change. So this is basically the setup we've been running in the stream campaign. This collection, I will link it in the description, basically has everything you need. I have most of this is what I'm running in this current stream campaign. I'm a little bit not a fan of most map mods, so I kind of opted out of those. But everything else is basically the same stuff I'm running. For the next YouTube campaign, though, I will not be going for the full collection here. For reasons, because there's a lot of stuff in the Beyond Legend setup that I like, and there are some things that I absolutely do not like. Like, I don't mind the difficulty, but I don't like if it's not actually difficulty, it's just RNG. To give an example, there's an overhaul in the way covert actions work. In addition to the ambush chance, there's now an injury chance and a so-called trauma chance. Trauma is resetting a soldier's willpower to 0, so they're going to be shaken for a month or so. And that is just a flat percentage with no player agency, no player interaction to influence that in any way. So every time you're sending a covert action, it's just rolling the dice, and if you lose, some soldiers will be out for a month, and if you win, nothing happens. There's like no skill in any way involved, no kind of planning for this, nothing. It's like that's the kind of, I wouldn't even call it difficulty. That's just RNG, and that you don't you cannot influence as a player, and that's the kind of fake difficulty that I just don't enjoy. And so that's basically one of the things I just want to take out of my next run. I already said basically on the stream, yeah, we're playing that stream campaign, but it's probably going to be the only campaign I play with that mod set, because this is really taking the fun out of the game for me personally. You know, everybody is different. I'm not judging if you enjoy that kind of stuff. I don't. So, what we're going to do for the next YouTube campaign is basically the same setup. There's a lot of additional classes. The whole Requiem shenanigans is going to happen. But we are not going to be using the aforementioned Beyond Legendary defaults from Reshi. And what we're also not going to be using, if I go into the game here, hang on, I probably should. Professional streamer. Turn this off. So on a normal Beyond Legendary campaign, it automatically enables 3 additional options here. That is Golden Requiem, mission types can affect enemy squad compositions, and a merciless alteration, Requiem hard mode, and then this here, that perilous yearning, where the description is just don't. This is, I think, the biggest difference and offender here. Like, one of the interesting but also really hard mechanics on this is that every couple weeks you get a so-called pick your poison option. So you get a pop-up with 3 options, you have to pick one, and each of them are awful. To give an example, in the stream campaign, the first option we had was, hey, here are the 3 options. Option number 1, all troopers will do 2 additional points of damage with each shot. Option B, all troopers will receive double the cover bonus from cover they are taken. And option C was all troopers get 20 additional aim for all of their shots. Pick one. And that's basically, and that's the most harmless one. It was the first one we encountered this campaign. And yeah, you're gonna get these kind of choices all the time, which also then makes different campaigns, of course, vastly different, because there's a huge number of these kind of modifications, and depending on which ones you get or don't get, that will definitely impact the difficulty of your campaigns. So again, for the YouTube campaign, we're not gonna enable Perilous Yearning. I'm still making up my mind about Golden Requiem and Merciless and Requiem Hard Mode. Probably gonna have those 2 active. And we're not gonna enable the Beyond Legendary defaults from Reshi, but we're gonna have the Beyond Legendary tweaks from Tedster. And that's, I think that's basically it. I'm gonna have to do a couple tests. I'm also gonna have to see what kind of classes, compared to the Twitch campaign, I'm gonna keep and or remove, or who I'm gonna throw in or throw out. I do like lots of class variety. Some classes feel a little bit stronger than others, and some feel a little bit weaker, especially in the Beyond Legendary setting and environment. But all in all, we're gonna see. We're gonna see how that campaign goes. And there was also a comment lately about, hey, when was the last time you actually lost the campaign? And yeah, this might be one of those where we actually lose. Also, spoiler alert, I'm some of the lost campaigns that are basically lost on Gatecrasher you never see on YouTube, because I then say, yeah, I'm not gonna publish that. Start fresh. Anyway, I think that's all I wanted to say for this video. So, subscribe to the Livestream Archives channel. Be aware that the current PZ run might not continue after next week. And a new Beyond Legendary campaign starting at some point in the next couple of days. I'm probably going to wait also to see the comments here on the extra options and what people think about it. And other than that, thank you all very much for listening to me and for sticking with the channel through another year as we're coming to the end of 2025. A big thank you, everybody who keeps watching, keeps liking, leaving a comment here and there, or even the people who are subscribing either here or over on Twitch. Appreciate each and every one of you. When I started this whole thing more than 10 years ago, I did not think I would be still making XCOM 2 videos now, but here we are. And yeah, I don't think I'm gonna stop anytime soon. So thanks again. I hope you have a great rest of your day, a great rest of 2025, and see you in the next campaign. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.